Hello, I'm here to say Happy New Year! And I'm here to review the film that came out on Christmas Day. That would be Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I know you've heard so many reviews about this movie, and none of which are very good. Like, this movie's terrible, this movie's just awful, the storyline is ridiculous, and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm here to say this. It was okay. Yeah, it was nothing great, but it was entertaining in spots. Does it reach the level of awesomeness that was the first film? Heck no. The first Wonder Woman film is just great beyond itself. And I could sit through that movie more times than I could sit through this movie. I really could. I get the feeling while I'm watching the movie, they didn't really know what to do with the character, so they just kind of went in so many directions. It's like, you watch the Superman movies and the Batman movies, they know what to do with those characters, but this, I get the feeling they didn't know where to go with it. Not that Gal Gadot is still great as Wonder Woman. She is. Oh, I like watching her as Wonder Woman. Now, I don't have to tell you that where the film takes place, because the title pretty much tells you it takes place in 1984. And Diana, aka Wonder Woman, of course played by the ever so enjoyable Gal Gadot, works as an anthropologist at a Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. And she also still does the Wonder Woman thing whenever there's crime or bad guys in progress. But she works in secret, mainly because she has no secret identity. She's no Peter Parker or Clark Kent. And she's not really... She wants her own personal, everyday life. I mean, she doesn't want to live in celebrity scrutiny like Tony Stark probably would. She meets a new she befriends a new assistant played by Kristen Wiig. Her name is Barbara Minora. I think I said her name right. And she's kind of this nerdy, awkward assistant, like we've seen that so many times. Oh, let me see. Batman Returns. Oh, and Amazing Spider-Man 2. And you judge by the trailer, you know what comes of her character. You really do. And then there's this billionaire whose business is going down. He's played by Pedro Pascal. The character's name is Max Lord. There is this certain artifact that grants people's wishes. And I don't want to tell you any more, but I don't want to give too many spoilers away. I gotta say, the story is a mess. It really is. I mean, I understand how they brought Steve Trevor back, played by always enjoyable Chris Pine, but the way they brought him back and is kind of ridiculous. And if you remember, they did the Quantum Leap thing, if you know what I mean. If you remember, of course you all remember the show Quantum Leap, that's what they did here. And Pedro Pascal, he just does a serious amount of overacting to the point where it gave me a headache. Now, I got nothing against Pedro Pascal. I think he's a wonderful actor. But he's just so over the top, it was unwatchable. His performance really is making me wait for this movie to end. Kristen Wiig really surprised me. I didn't think she could pull this off. I mean, she's always oftenly known for being a comedic actress, but she pulls it off quite well. I wish more scenes could have been devoted to her. I understand they just didn't want to put Wonder Woman against a worthy adversary. They had to build a story behind it, but they just did it quite poorly. Although, judging by the top ending, I'll just give you a little bit of a hint that Kristen Wiig's character might be back for the sequels, and I'm hoping for that if she does come back. Oh, and also the chemistry between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine is still there. I love watching them both on screen. They just seem to you buy that they're very much in love. I'm not saying this is I'm not saying this is a totally bad film. It just was not very good. I mean, It's entertaining in spots. You just see this movie for the action. You want to forget the story because the storyline's a jumble mess. So much. It's not like Spider-Man 3 where so much jumbleness gets put in. No, but it's still just still makes it unwatchable for the most part. So I'll give Wonder Woman 1984 a 7 out of 10, and you'll see a familiar face in the mid-credit scene.